Clarity, accountability, visibility. These are the pillars of a healthy leadership team, but they shouldn't live in a silo. Welcome to an operating framework built on proven EOS principles, engineered to live right where your work happens, inside ClickUp. We designed this system to eliminate the noise of disconnected tools, allowing you to focus on what actually matters. Here is the blueprint for your new operating rhythm. Many teams adopt EOS-style execution using tools like 90, which charges around $16 per user per month, which can be expensive. The challenge is that those tools don't handle your actual work. Your tasks, projects, and client deliverables still live somewhere else, which creates two systems, double data entry, and very little integration between your operating system and the work your team does each day. This ClickUp framework takes a different approach. It brings EOS-aligned structure and execution directly into ClickUp, where your tasks, projects, and workflows already live. That means one system, one source of truth, and a one-time setup instead of ongoing per-user fees just to manage the OS layer. Before we dive in, one quick thing about ClickUp plans. You can technically duplicate and explore this framework on the free or unlimited plan, but you won't be able to fully utilize it because those plans have hard limitations, like restrictions on custom fields and dashboard usage. We recommend upgrading to ClickUp Business. If you have a higher plan, that's great too. If you're on a lower plan, you can still review the structure, but you won't be able to unlock the full potential of this template. With that said, let me walk you through the system, how it's structured, and how each component supports EOS-style execution inside ClickUp. When you purchase the template, you'll receive a PDF. In the PDF, you'll find a video showing you how to install the template and what you need to do when you first set it up in your workspace. Then you'll come to this doc called Getting Started with EOS Compatible ClickUp Template. Go through this doc one section at a time. You'll see videos, detailed walkthroughs of what's happening in each section, and comprehensive explanations of everything in the EOS Compatible ClickUp framework. You can see there are multiple videos, so watch them one by one. I also recommend reading through this EOS Playbook. If you have very little knowledge of EOS or don't know what EOS is, you'll get a comprehensive understanding by reading through this Playbook doc. Okay, after that's done, let me give you a quick overview. You have the leadership team space, the team L10 space, and your EOS Playbook. The leadership team space is restricted. Not everyone has access to it. You can go to sharing and permissions and restrict access so only your leadership team or top management can see it. The team section is accessible to everyone. First, you'll see the EOS Dashboard. You can open this each day, go to your EOS section, and see what's going on at a glance. You can filter it. Detailed videos are in the doc that I showed you earlier, so you'll have a comprehensive understanding. Basically, you have your EOS overview, your leadership team, your yearly plan, your issues with status and progress by owner, your leadership team meetings, and meeting ratings. If you go to the calendar, you can see your meeting dates. Then you have your to-dos, team overview, quarterly rocks, issues, scorecard, meetings for your team level meetings, and L10 to-dos for your team. This week's focus, the overdue watch accountability. Then you have your VTO right inside a ClickUp doc. You have your core values with guidelines you can follow. Core values, these are just placeholders. You need to replace them with your own core values and short descriptions. Then you have your core focus, purpose, cause, or passion, and your niche. Replace these with your company's core focus. Each section has guidelines. You have your marketing strategy, your yearly plan, which is an embedded list that I'll show you later. From here, you can see your 1-year, 3-year, and 10-year plans, or 5-year plans if you have them. You can view them by department. You have your priorities. Again, these are placeholders and sample data, so replace them with your own. Then you have quarterly rocks. This is also an embedded list, which I'll get to later. Then your issues list and SWOT, and you can add items here. You can see headlines. In Level 10 meetings, there's a headlines section where employees discuss headlines related to them or clients. You have views like the last week's headlines, this week's headlines, and all the data. There are also automations throughout this entire template. For example, when you create a task, it automatically sets the year to 2026, so that later you can change it to 2027. There are detailed videos in the doc explaining all of this. Then you have the yearly plan. You have plans grouped by department with status, priority, due date, if you want to set a due date, and progress. If you add subtasks, you'll be able to track progress. Then you have whether plans are off track or on track, the plan type, and the department. There is a button to create rocks. You can link your yearly plan to rocks by clicking this button, and it automatically links to quarterly rocks. There are automations here. Then go to issues. You can see issues by department, priority, date created, due date closed, department, issue type, whether it's long-term or short-term, quarter, and year. You can also create totos from your issues using this button, similar to what I showed you on the yearly plan. When you create it, it links to the meeting totos. Then you have issues by quarter, issues by vision focus, and all issues. There's also a Kanban board with the department view. Then you have your leadership team meetings. The leadership team will have multiple meetings. They can have their own level 10 meetings, but they also have quarterly sessions, annual sessions, focus day, vision building day. Each of these meetings has its own agenda. When you click on one, you'll see the meeting agendas with time allocations and detailed descriptions in each task's description section. The headlines are linked to the headlines list. Let it load. Scorecard is linked to the scorecard list. Rocks, Todos, IDS, conclusion. Everything is linked. In the conclusion, there's a meeting form and meeting ratings. Each meeting has its own agenda set right here. There are automations. Whenever you create a meeting and select the meeting type, it automatically creates those agendas from templates. Again, detailed videos are in the doc. Then you have your calendar view where you can see all meeting dates. Then the meeting ratings I just mentioned. You have a form, and when employees submit the form, it creates a task in all ratings. You can see the ratings for each meeting. For example, you can see ratings for the L10 meeting on February 2nd. There's also a This Week view. If you have any meetings this week, they'll show up here. This links back to your leadership team meetings. By quarter view, you can see this level 10 meeting has a relationship field where you can link it. The rating score is a roll-up from linked ratings, showing the average rating. There are also linked todos from that level 10 meeting. In the detailed video, I've explained how to create relationship fields and roll-ups. These are the todos for the leadership team meetings. When you have a leadership team meeting, you can add todos right from that meeting agenda, and it updates here. You also need to link it back to the meeting so you can see which todos are linked to which meeting. If there are any issues created from meetings, for example, if I go to Issues and click Create Todos, it automatically creates the todos in the todos list and links them to the issues. You can see it here. There are also automations in todos that remind you before the due date, and it automatically marks items overdue when they pass the due date. These automatic reminders and follow-ups are already built in, so you don't have to do it manually. You have the accountability chart with your org chart here. Visionary, integrator. These are placeholders. You can set names, roles, and responsibilities. If you have more departments, you can add them easily with copy and paste. This is the role mapping. You have different roles: visionary, integrator, sales, marketing, client delivery, finance, HR, everything lives here. You also have working status, department, employee type, date joined, birthday, email, phone number, and location. This is the role mapping with a department view. Then you go to the people analyzer. You can see evaluator and employee. This is like a one-on-one meeting. You have evaluation date, employee type, either leadership or non-leadership, department, quarter, year, and your core values. You'll replace these with your company's core values. These are placeholders. There's GWC, get it, want it, capacity, strike date, and strike notes. There are different views by department, by employee type, leadership or non-leadership, and by quarter. You also have a form here to evaluate or create tasks for the people analyzer. Then the meeting templates. There are detailed videos about meeting templates in the doc. These are the templates where meetings are created. For example, Team L10 meetings, Leadership L10 meetings, Annual Sessions Day 1 and Day 2. You can change them if you want. Just go inside and modify them. If you don't want all of them, delete some. Then you save the template and update the automations in the leadership team meetings. Detailed instructions are in the doc. I'm just giving you an overview. Now let's go to Team L10. If you have a very small team, you can have just one L10. But if you have several departments, marketing, finance, HR, and they have their own L10, just duplicate this folder and name it HR L10 or Marketing L10. In Team L10, first you will see headlines. This has the exact same structure as headlines in the leadership team, except these headlines are from the entire team. So I won't go over that again. Let's go to Quarterly Rocks. This is where you can see, this is the My Department view grouped by department. You can see assignee, due date, status, priority, progress. You can create subtasks for any rock. You have rock status, off track or on track, department, rock type, company rock or departmental rock, and quarter. You can also create metrics which link to the scorecard. For example, I created this one using the button automation. It automatically linked to scorecards. You can also create issues if some rocks are off track, then discuss them in level 10 meetings. As I showed earlier, you can create rocks from the yearly plan, and it links back to the yearly plan so you can see which plan it's connected to. There are different views: by owner, by quarter, all rocks, and a Kanban view. There are automations here that remind you before 30 days, 15 days, and 7 days. You can customize this. Detailed videos are in the doc. Then you have the issues list. I've already explained issues in the leadership team. This is the same structure, but for the entire team. There are different views: by quarter, by priority, overdue issues, all issues, and a Kanban view. Then you have your scorecard. The scorecard is in table format because you can pin columns in table format, but not in list format. We need this because when you input data every week, when you scroll all the way right, if you don't pin it, you'll lose sight of the goal and won't be able to compare the data with the goal or set the status, on track or off track. That's why these are pinned. Let's see the columns. You have assignee, unit, add your units here, goals, add your weekly goals, status, on track or off track. You can also create issues if something is off track. I already created one. This is off track, so I created an issue. It went to the issue list, then you can discuss it in your next L10 meeting. From rocks, you can create metrics as I explained earlier, and it links back to that rock. You can see which metrics are linked to specific rocks. You have quarter and year. All these fields are already created for you throughout 2026. When you move to 2027, you'll just need to edit each week's field because the dates will be different, maybe January 6th to January 12th. You edit it each week, just one field. Same structure from Q1 to Q4. Now you have L10 meetings. Teams will have level 10 meetings each week. The structure is similar to leadership team L10 meetings. There's automation. When your meeting is completed and you change the status as complete, it automatically creates a task and generates the agenda, so you don't have to do anything manually. It automatically sets the meeting date as well. Then you have level 10 meeting ratings, similar to what I've already explained. L10 Todos, which I've also explained. Then you have the EOS Playbook. As a leader, you should encourage your team to read this playbook. You can also review this each quarter. There's a quarterly session if I go to leadership team meetings. There's an agenda called EOS Tools, where you check and review if everyone is reading the EOS Playbook. Encourage your team. If they don't know much about EOS, they need to read through this. There are 6 components of EOS and what they mean. Comprehensive information is right there. Encourage your team to go through it. So that's all about the ClickUp EOS. If you run into any issues, again, there are detailed videos inside this doc, but if you still have questions, you can always contact us and we'll sort out any issues. Let's make your systems work for you, not the other way around. And thank you for watching.